Joining me now, psychotherapist Dr. Robi Ludwig. So, Robi, when you watch that, I mean, I was sort of watching you out of the corner of my eye as we saw that video. Your initial reaction, this little girl.
It's really painful to watch, and no little girl or boy should have to go through that. But what's so amazing is this 4-year-old survival skills are very sophisticated and wise. And this is a girl who received a lot of love, because what we see her doing to her mother is modeling. So this is a girl who's been loved, who's been nurtured, and was able to give that back to her mother during this traumatic time. And you can see the mother is very loving towards the daughter. So it's a very touching moment, but that's very instinctual, what we're seeing, natural, instinctual survival skills.
So, some of what else we saw, I mean, anybody in that situation would be scared, right?
Yes,
having witnessed what she just witnessed.
Yeah.
You also see at one point she opens the door right after the shooting. Let's take a look at that moment.
Please stop crying. You're making me cry. You're making me cry, Mom. Please be stronger.
So you hear her saying again there, please be strong.
Yes.
And we talk about how poised she was, how much she endured in that moment. And you point out so well that clearly she had some of this comfort and nurturing modeled for her. What happens, though, moving forward when you're 4 years old and this is what you experience?
Well, listen, she would have to be traumatized. This is going to be a defining moment in her life. And what happens to trauma is you remember it in a more three-dimensional way than you have other memories. So this may be a moment that inspires her for the rest of her life, perhaps hopefully to be an activist. That would be the best case scenario. But what you would need to watch out for is being kind of preoccupied, and sometimes that's misdiagnosed for kids who experience trauma as being ADD or ADHD, and that's not the case. Sometimes they have to look further and see if a child's been traumatized. But she can get nurturing, and if she can talk about it to supportive people, she can work through this in a way that doesn't have to be harmful to her.
You know, it's interesting when she says, I wish this city was more safe. I'm paraphrasing there. But, excuse me. There are children all around this country who get caught in the crosshairs of violence on a daily basis. We talk about Chicago, we talk about Baltimore. Are you concerned at all about that generation of children and what they're growing up and what they're witnessing?
Yes, I'm concerned for any group of children that are growing up in a war zone that's not identified, because they will be traumatized and they are more inclined to respond in a rageful, fearful, fight or flight kind of way, because that's what happens when you're traumatized and you have to think about survival. So I would hope this would be a huge wake-up call to perhaps aspects of the police department getting better sensitivity training, because they have really good stats on how sensitivity training reduces these kinds of incidents.
Robi, always good to see you. Appreciate your insight. Thank you.